So I learned at a very late time, but I do this so I want to get to young kids so they learn quicker. My son learned perfect mechanics at age 7. He's never learned how to throw improperly. He'll never have an arm problem, okay? And I believe really strongly in what I teach because, like Jim said, nobody gets sore. They throw harder, longer, stronger in their games. You'll throw less pitches. Pitch counts do not become an issue, okay? Then it's very easy to see fatigue and body language and all that stuff. I'm not a pitch count guy. I see fatigue, you're gone. You're walking guys, you're gone. It doesn't come down to a pitch count for me. You're not being effective, okay? But this is what I teach. In fact, this is going to be interactive, so you guys are going to throw. Here's the biggest thing I teach, and doctor, this is what is going to take most of the pain away. This is the first movement I teach, right here. You drop straight down as soft as you can. You take all the stress and strain out of your arm in this drop. Okay? You must throw relaxed all the way through the throwing motion. The only time you physically exert pressure is when you physically release the ball. Okay? Makes sense? Here's what most of your kids do. What do you see? Stress and tension. What's this called when you throw with a bend in your arm? Short arm. This is what tears a shoulder apart. And I'm very adamant about this because kids equate the game with pain now because their shoulder hurts. It should never happen. Then they don't play because they equate the game with pain now. I can't stand that. Take the stress and tension out of their arm. They drop as soft as they can straight down. Okay? This is just the start of long arm. Okay, short arm happens with infielders and catchers. They have to because of a time constraint. They don't have time to do the full circle here and throw somebody out, especially catchers. All catchers short arm. That's their job, that's positional. Infielders too, turn in a double place, a shortstop or a second baseman. It's all short arm. It has to be because of time. But outfielders and pitchers, long arm. You see how Ryan Braun throws? How does he throw? It's almost a perfect circle. For two reasons. One for strength and velocity, and two for location. If he deviated anywhere out of here, this is where the ball's going. Because of time and distance, that thing's going to tail. They can't afford to do that. Okay? It has to be over the top. But pitchers, which I'll get into with the release point in a little bit here. So the first thing is a soft drop straight down. Take the stress and tension out of their arm. This is what the glove hand does. Opens up and extends right here. Okay? And this movement right here does three things. First is this movement. This is momentum start. If I just left my hand right here and threw, okay, watch what happens. What looks stronger? What looks stronger? Open up and extend. This is momentum start, okay? It starts momentum. If you just left it here, to me it's in the way. You're throwing over it, okay? You're throwing over it. I like to open up and extend. And the coaches that watch their kids throw, what do you think? Yeah, it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. Momentum is free. You just have to know when to start it and how to use it, okay? This is the first thing it does. Here's the second thing it does. What do you see? Where are my shoulders?
Square.
Square. Guess what that's for? Location, okay? Based on my experience, if these are here, the ball goes right to the tee, okay? That's the second thing it does. It gives you squared shoulders for location. Here's the third thing. What do you see? Where's my arm slot? 3/4. Here's 90. Here's side arm. You throw hardest in here. This movement, the squared shoulders, gives this to you naturally. Most kids that I teach this slot gets right here. And when Doctor was saying that before, this is really awkward up here. You can't tell a kid where his release point is. Because when you're going at 100%, he doesn't know. It comes down to a feel. Okay, and so if it's going to come down to a feel, I'm going to show how to get there naturally every time. And it's by a movement. Okay? The back shoulder always has to follow the front one. And it's because of the collarbone. It's connected. It's nature. That's what happens. So if I lead down, where's my shoulders? Right here. If I lead up, where's my shoulders? They can't equal out. They're connected by the collarbone. I like it here. None of my kids struggle with location if they're here. Okay? This movement gives you those three things naturally. It's that simple. Okay? So what I want to do is show you this movement. Now here's the deal. To gain proper long arm, here's the secret. You drop first, then lead. If you separate at the same time, what's my back arm doing? Short arming. It doesn't have enough time to get to long arm. It bypasses and it gets right to here. Because when you move forward, anything from your front half that goes forward, you're committed. You have to go. Where is your long arm in conjunction with that? You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to delay. Let long arm finish. Okay? See it? Let it finish. This takes the pain away. You're going to see your kids throw a hell of a lot harder if they do this. Okay, that takes the stress and tension away and off the shoulder. And it goes more into the body as one throw instead of specific muscles throwing, which is short arm. Boy, I tell you, you throw short arm as hard as you can, your shoulder takes all of it. But that's what most of your kids do. Their shoulders hurt because they do this. Now here's one of the faults here. But this is what you got to see as coaches. If their drop is good, that's awesome. But they'll do this. What is that? Short arm. It's still short arm. The deal is you got to look for this. Stay straighter, longer from here to here. Long arm is done. Then when the hand rotates, the elbow will bend naturally because of the rotation, and you get 3/4. Okay? Most of your kids will still short arm because that's what they taught themselves to do. There's no fault to anybody, but that's what they do. Teach them this. Guess where their ball goes? You get to play catch like this instead of. That look familiar? If you do this, that's how you play catch.
And you're also talking about pointing your target, your glove hand.
I don't say point.
Well,
nope.
but I mean, you don't want your arm way out here because then you're not going to be square.
No, I want you fully extended.
Yeah, but
I want it fully extended.
Exactly. You don't want this.
No.
You want this.
That's leading up.
Right.
Right. Whenever, if it's anything less than square, then it's not leading correctly. Okay? If you lead up, you change shoulder angle. You lead down, you put stress here because that's where it's coming from. You may get pulled down or it stays here, but then that when your upper trunk rotates, it's tougher. If you leave it here, if you lead at the same plane, it's a lot easier on the shoulders. Okay? So make sure you see this. This is all the glove does is this. Right here. Okay, so if I can all get you up and come over here, I want you to see what this looks like.